Welcome, 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 my tarnished soldiers. You've arrived at this destination in search of a build that can cover your ass in PvE, PvP, as well as ensuring you get all the maidens within the round table.
You have fought long and hard.
This is my big blade setup for the Fire Knight Greatsword. First off, let's take a look at our attributes. We're a level 150 Confessor, and we focused on our Faith stat here, putting it at 70 to maximize that spicy flame damage on our sword and incantations. Strength and Dexterity at 22 and 18 respectively, so we can one-hand our sword when needed. Endurance at 30 to ensure we reach our 75 poise breakpoint while maintaining an S tier in fashion. You can then dump the remaining points into Mind to maximize incantation usage. Our Vigor is sitting at 50, but you can shift this up to 60 by taking 5 points from Faith and Mind respectively. And then our Arcane and Intellect is sitting untouched at 9 points each. Looking at our gear, we kick off with the star of the show, our Fire Knight Greatsword. We infuse this with the Flame Skewer Ash of War and the Flame Art Affinity. Reason being is that this weapon has increased damage scaling on holy infusions like Flame Art, and not the standard fire infusion, which scales off of strength and dexterity. I'm sure this confused a few soldiers due to the item description, including myself. For our seal, we'll use the Fire Knight Seal, which is nice and light, but also buffs our Mesmer's Orb and Fire Serpent incantations. When it comes to our equipment, we have two major priorities: looking the absolute best amongst all the tarnished at the round table, and second, our poise. With this in mind, we go with the Winged Serpent Helm and Fire Knight Armor to further buff our skills and incantations. To add loads of poise while maintaining our good looks, we slap the Gauntlets of Solitude and Scaled Greaves onto our hands and feet. For Talismans, we have a PvE and PvP set with only one required swap, being the Fire Scorpion Charm and Bull Goat's Talisman when switching from PvE to PvP content. In our Wondrous Physik, we have a mixture of the Oil Soaked tier and Flame Shrouding Crack tier to further boost that fire damage. If you feel like you're lacking in defense, you can slip in the Opaline Hard tier in place of one of the others. For our buffs, we use two of the classics, being Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. Alright, that just about wraps up our Flame Knight Greatsword build video. I hope this helps you tackle the next boss or rizz up your favorite maiden.
I am pleased.
If it did, or if you just enjoyed watching through to this point, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe. It is mega appreciated. To close off, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay and commentary. Salute, my soldiers. So I thought I'd throw in a little PvE example for you guys here. Here you can see me taking on Black Knight Edred. The damage from Flame Skewer and the follow-up is just absolutely ridiculous. You get the stagger, you can essentially just bulldoze your way through most of the bosses in the DLC, especially those weak to fire and sacred or holy damage. In this clip, I'm just demonstrating the clearing power of the Mesmer's Orb incantation. In our first PvP clip, we have a great example of Flame Skewer with the follow-up, as well as the roll into the R1 or light attack. That poke is just such a savage tool. In this clip, we have our friend King just completely underestimating the Flame Serpent. In our third clip, we purify this cheeky pot thrower with a little Flame Serpent and light attack frame trap. The cheeky chicken came back for more and did not learn from his mistakes. Here's a great example of three key elements in our build: the poise, our Flame Skewer and follow-up, as well as the follow-up with the light attack at the end. Here's a perfect example of our setup just completely outpoising our opponent. And our final arena clip is another poise showcase, us just mashing through our opponent's strikes even once they've popped Endure.
What a little bastard. Yes.